Welcome to our vlog.
Welcome to our vlog.
It's been a while since we've done one.
It has been a while.
We're getting back in the saddle. And today we thought we would talk about the importance of being able to say no in relationships and how that really helps intimacy.
It is a very important thing to get familiar with,
Yes.
we do believe.
And we do struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, I certainly do.
I think maybe you struggle with it a little bit more than me.
Yes.
Because you're such a nice person.
Because I am such a nice person.
And I'm not so nice.
I think, are you fishing for an example of where I might struggle with my
Yes.
nose? I think a typical example would be where I may have had, let's say, a long day at the treatment centre, and I am on my way home, and I'm braving the traffic, and you might call, and there might be a pleasant conversation because I missed you, and you missed me, perhaps, and you might say, "Oh, are you going to Whole Foods?" And I'll be like, "Well, I could go to Whole Foods." So, but
No,
really,
this is internal. You're not saying this out loud.
No, you're saying, "Would you go? Are you going to Whole Foods?"
Yeah.
And I'd say, "I could do," but really, I'm saying, "I don't really want to."
Yeah, but you don't say that out loud.
I don't say it out loud. And then you'll say, "Well, if you're going, would you pick up X, Y, and Z?" And I guess I'm in this mindset, oh, we're having a nice conversation, there's a nice connection, I'll do something that's nice for my wife. And then I will go out of my way to Whole Foods, pick up X, Y, and Z, get to Whole Foods, and they may have X and Y, but they don't have Z. So sometimes I might, and again, another example of me not listening to my intuition and my own needs. I think, oh, well, I'll go elsewhere and see if I can find Z, some other destination point. And then I will go out of my way to get Z, and sometimes there have been a number of stores that I've gone to get Z, have got Z, have brought Z home to you, and then Z, which looks, and apart from anything else, I thought, wow, I nailed it, I got Z. And I think Z would probably be, Z probably be some sort of dairy product. That now you have so many, dare I say, crazy strictures around your dairy product needs that I will feel like I've got Z in its perfect form, bring it back to you, and then you will be, I don't know that you would get mad, but you'd probably be irritated or disappointed that I got the wrong thing. And by that point, I feel so deflated and probably on occasion very annoyed. Not only did I not listen to myself, but I went and got this thing. And
it's not even the right thing.
And it's not even the right thing. And then, what is kefir anyway? What in God's name is kefir? Why is that so important?
It's not strange.
What is it?
It's a drinking yogurt. The kefir is not the unusual part. The raw kefir is the unusual part.
Yeah, there's all sorts of sort of like different categories of what would once be like, oh, can you pick me up some milk? And that was no problem at all. Now it's got to be like, it's got to be raw, it's got to be kefir, it's got to be pasture raised, it's got to be organic. I got the hang of organic, but now like pasture raised and grass that's blessed by the Dalai Lama or whatever else it is. But it's like one of those things I'll miss.
The Dalai Lama bit.
The Dalai Lama bit. One of those things I'll miss, and yet I've gone to great endeavour to find something that I thought was right, and then you'll be fed up about it. And then so it's like, for me, that's just so hard to stomach, because I feel like, one, I didn't listen to my intuition. I didn't listen to the no that was really trying to engage me with that request. And then two, I feel like, oh, she'll be really happy that I've got this thing that she wanted. And then of course she isn't. So then I'm like, oh, I went completely out of my way to get this. She's so ungrateful, blah, 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 and all the rest of it. So I just completely set myself up for disaster by not listening or appreciating the feeling of that no that was emerging.
At the very beginning.
At the very beginning.
So that's a great example, I guess,
Right.
of how not listening to a no can really get in the way of a beautiful feeling in the relationship, and that it's so important. And I would like to think that you could say no to me and that would be okay. Like when I say, are you going to Whole Foods? And you say, no, I'm not going today. That would probably be end of the story.
It would.
It would be like, okay.
But you know what happens is that I think, we're having a conversation, there's a beautiful feeling around that conversation. There's a part of me that believes, and I guess it's in my conditioning, that if I say no, that will contaminate the
Yes.
beautiful feeling.
Yes.
But really, actually, the beautiful feeling is destroyed in the aftermath of me not listening to my intuition.
Exactly. And that's what we really want to point to in terms of all relationships, that beautiful feeling, the intimacy, the connection is actually enhanced and deepened by each person being able to honor their needs and wants and be able to say no when they need to say no. And so we're on that learning curve, but it's worth it. And so next time you're on your way home, I'll ask you that question. I'll see if you're going to give me an
That's
honest
right.
response.
I paved the way for a much happier trip back home and on all future occasions.
Exactly. Well, we hope you're well, and please leave any comments about how easy or difficult you find saying no is in your relationship. Take care.
Take care.